Ever wonder why some guys are able to stay lean and muscular and youthful while others look like a soggy tuna sandwich when they turn 40? As an ER doc and former special ops guy, I found a simple blueprint that changes it all. So in this video, I'm going to show you my secret 4-pillar fat loss system, the same method I use to get real, lasting results for hundreds of guys just like you. And since all of you have the attention span of a goldfish, let's get right to the most important pillar of them all. Number 1, the mind. Most guys don't even think about this pillar. They go straight to workouts and meal plans. But here's the truth. If your mind isn't in the right place, none of the other stuff sticks. It's like buying a new Apple laptop and trying to run Windows 95 on it. You can click harder and slam the keys and curse at your screen. It's still going to crash. Your body works the same way. If your mental framework is outdated, fat loss will feel like an uphill battle with a backpack full of rocks. Men all too often rely on motivation. Motivation is like a bad cell signal. It comes and it goes, usually when you need it the most. That's why so many guys start strong and then crash after a week or two. They think, I just need to get motivated again. When the real problem is they never built habits in the first place to sustain them. This is exactly where Kim was when we started working together. He knew that things needed to change, but he had become too comfortable with where he was. So after taking my course, he decided to start implementing weekly and monthly mental challenges into his life. This gave him the goals, which he turned into daily habits, and it completely changed his life. Now he's climbing mountains and dropping pounds like it's going out of style. And here's another one, stress. Most men don't realize how much stress runs the show. Work deadlines and money pressures, kids bouncing off the walls. Your brain doesn't know the difference between that and a lion attack. So cortisol spikes, cravings kick in, sleep tanks, and suddenly you're eating an old half slice of pizza and crying in the bathroom. So, how do you get this pillar right? You train your brain the same way you train your muscles. Habits, resilience, stress control, reframing, and building new neural networks through neuroplasticity. Instead of chasing motivation, you design systems that make the right choice by default. You control your environment. You set up small, repeatable wins that build momentum. And when stress shows up, and it always does, don't let that derail you from your mission. You learn to manage it, recover from it, and not let it dictate your other choices. That's when fat loss starts to feel normal instead of feeling like a constant fight. Once your mind is locked in, everything else gets easier. Nutrition isn't a battle. Workouts don't feel optional, and your progress doesn't disappear the moment life throws you a curveball. There's way too much about the mind to cover here in this video, which is exactly why I created the Built for Life Executive course. It covers the 4 pillars in depth and gives you actionable plans to get results quick. If you want it, the link is below. And speaking of battles, pillar 2 is the one most guys think they've mastered, but they're usually focused on all the wrong things. Number 2, the body. This is the pillar everyone thinks they understand. Eat less, move more. Simple, right? Sure, in the same way that fixing your car is just tightening some bolts. The body is both the vehicle and the engine of fat loss. If you don't understand how it actually works, you'll keep tightening the wrong bolts while your wheel flies off the car while you're going down the freeway. Most guys either punish themselves into endless cardio or they starve themselves on some fad crash diet. Both work for about 5 minutes, then your energy tanks, your cravings go through the roof, and before you know it, you're eating a family-sized bag of Doritos like it's a single serving. The other mistake, ignoring muscle. Muscle isn't just for looking good in a t-shirt. It is literally metabolic gold. The more muscle you carry, the more calories you burn at rest. Cardio is like renting results, whereas strength training is like owning them. When David and I started working together, he said that he had always hated lifting weights. After taking the course and being part of the tribe community, he gave it another go. Now he has an entire home gym that he's built and is lifting 3 to 4 times per week for 30 minutes per session like we recommended. Not only that, he has been logging his steps daily, prepping meals, and posting daily in our group for accountability. He shed fat, gained muscle, and is no longer getting lapped by his wife on bleacher runs. This was all done under 8 weeks. If you ask him today, I guarantee he would tell you that strength training is a huge component of his actual success. Another thing we must consider, though, is hormones. Testosterone dips as you age, insulin sensitivity drops, and recovery slows. That doesn't mean that you can't get lean. It just means if you eat like you're 20 and hope for the best, that probably won't cut it anymore. So, how do you get this pillar right? You do the fundamentals like David, consistently. Yes, calories matter. You need to be in a deficit to lose fat. But you stack the deck in your favor by building muscle, eating enough protein, and moving your body in the way that it supports your hormones instead of wrecking them. You don't need to live in the gym. 3 strength-focused workouts a week will do more than an hour a day on the treadmill ever could. The payoff? Suddenly, fat loss doesn't feel like punishment. You're stronger, you've got more energy, your clothes fit better, and your testosterone is up, and you're not chained to some joyless diet. But here's the thing, none of it sticks if the people and environment around you are pulling you in opposite directions. Which brings us to pillar number 3. Relationships. This pillar is one most guys never even consider, and it might be the one that's actually sabotaging you the most. Your relationships, both with people and with things, can literally change your hormones and dictate whether you lose fat or gain it. So let's start with people. If your marriage or your relationship is rocky, if work is like nonstop stress, if your relationships and friendships resolve around late nights and bad habits, that constant pressure keeps your body in fight or flight mode. Stress hormones like cortisol stay high, testosterone drops, sleep tanks, and your body clings to fat while breaking down muscle. It's not just life is stressful, it's literally your biology working against you at that point. Then there's the relationship with things, the clutter in your home, the chaos in your schedule, even your daily interactions with food. If your kitchen is a minefield of junk, if your gym clothes are buried in the closet, if your phone is blowing up with notifications all day, every little piece adds friction, and friction creates stress. More stress means more cortisol, and the cycle continues. The problem is that men try to tough it out. They think fat loss is about discipline, and muscling through chaos is the way to go. But discipline is a limited resource. If your relationship and environment are draining you dry, no amount of willpower will save you. One client I'm working with, and we'll call him Bob for privacy's sake, recently went through a divorce after years of marriage. It absolutely wrecked him emotionally and in turn, physically. It sucked up so much of his energy that he gave up on physical health. After taking the course and working together, he has become a leader in our men's health community and is back on track with his health big time. Looking at his before and after photos is super dramatic. So, how do you get this pillar right? You reduce unnecessary stress and build systems that support. That means having honest conversations with your spouse and your friends. It means creating an environment where healthy choices are easy, food prepped, water ready, gym gear laid out. It means clearing the clutter and simplifying where you can. These aren't nice to haves, they are direct levers on your hormones and your recovery. So, your stress drops, your cortisol comes down, and your testosterone climbs back up, and your body becomes more willing to burn fat and build muscle again. In other words, when your relationships are right, your biology starts working with you instead of against you. And that sets us up for the final piece of the puzzle, your mission. Because once you've got your mind and your body and your relationships all aligned, you need a bigger reason to keep going when life inevitably throws punches. So pillar number 4 is mission. This pillar is so fundamental not only for fat loss, but for completely changing your life. If you don't have a mission, you wake up aimless. You grind through workouts. You skip foods you love and maybe even see the scale drop. And then one day you think, why am I even doing this? That's when the slide back begins. The truth is, abs won't keep you going. A mission will. Your mission is about who you want to be 10 years from now, not just what you want to weigh 10 weeks from now. It's about doing the things that fire you up in life. It's your reason for being. Without it, you are adrift. With it, you are a force of nature. A man with clarity and determination is unstoppable. Most guys get this wrong because they only chase surface goals. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want a six-pack. And that's fine. But those goals fade over time. Once the box is checked, motivation dies. And when life gets messy, as it always does, they quit because there's nothing bigger pulling them forward. So, how do you get this pillar right? You reverse engineer your life. Start with your mission and a vision of the man you want to be in 10 years, the kind of husband and father and leader or example you want to set, then work backwards. What needs to happen in 5 years, 1 year, this month, today? Suddenly, skipping workouts isn't about missing a calorie burn, it's about betraying the future you're building. So, every action becomes meaningful. Meal prep isn't a chore, it's an investment in being dad who's still strong enough to hike with his kids. Lifting weights isn't about vanity, it's about walking your daughter down the aisle without struggling to breathe. Sleep isn't just sleep, it's fuel for your mission. When I get feedback from guys who have taken the course, the mission module comes up constantly in conversation as one of the most monumental exercises that guys have ever done. When you live with a mission, you don't need external motivation. You don't need a hype video or a new year, new me pep talk. You wake up knowing exactly who you're going to become and you act accordingly. So there you have it, my 4-pillar fat loss blueprint. Mind, body, relationships, and mission. Lock those in, and the weight doesn't just come off, it stays off for good. Now here's the thing. What I just gave you is an overview. It's like me handing you a map with waypoints on it, but you still don't know how to navigate. But inside my program, I give you the GPS, the exact turn-by-turn steps so you don't get lost. That means workouts designed for men over 35, meal plans that don't make you hate your life, and accountability so you don't fall off, and coaching that makes sure it sticks. These 4 pillars are the exact system I use with my clients every day, and I've seen it work for guys who thought they were too old, too busy, or too far gone. So if you're serious about finally getting this handled once and for all, then check the links below to get started. And don't think, oh, I'll come back to this later. This is exactly how every failure starts. Take control now. And I can't wait to add you to the long list of transformations. Until next time, keep moving.